it's Jaren. I am here today with my nail polish swatch video. I've been meaning to do a swatch video for forever, but I just haven't gotten around to it, so just forgive me for that. But I think having that extra time was actually a good thing because I was able to get all of my swatches done so I can actually show you kind of my system. And before I started swatching my nail polishes, I did a lot of research on blogs, on the internet, on other YouTube channels to figure out what I felt would be best for me, which system I liked best. I'm very picky about certain things, so I wanted it to look streamlined and neat and not sloppy, easy to find polishes and things like that. So I've done a lot of kind of research on it, so I'm trying to just kind of condense everything that I've learned for you today in this video to hopefully make it easy and to just kind of give you an idea of what you can do. I want to show you what I do and you can see if you like it. Okay. So when you're swatching your nail polish, there are a couple of different options. I've seen little boards where the individual nails pop out. I've seen a wooden stick with the nail glued on the top that they call swatch stickles or something because it's like on a popsicle stick. I've seen swatch spoons where you take a plastic spoon, you paint your nail polish on the inside of the spoon, and on the back of the spoon you write what that polish is. So that's a really cheap way you can do it. You have so many different options. You can do a swatch book where you take a paper journal, you paint the polish and write what it is underneath. There's a ton of different ways that you can do this. So there's no right or wrong way. It's really just what works for you, what do you think looks best, what is the most functional. Okay, so the most common way that you're going to see is with nail wheels, okay? And that's what I started off with. Because they're super cheap. They're super affordable. This whole pack, it's got 10 wheels, I think, and I believe it was $5 or less at Sally's. You can also get them on eBay or on Amazon for cheaper than that. And the cool thing about these is they fit a whole bunch of different colors, okay? So I started off with this, just doing wheels. The problem with wheels is you can't move the polishes around. There's a fuzz. You can't move the polishes around. You can't really, if I want to hold this one next to this one to compare them, I can't move them. Sometimes these will get flimsy and break off on the end. And let's say I have a wheel of blues and I fill it up and I start a new one. You have to save spaces for certain polishes, or if I want Color Club, I've got to put them all on one wheel. It just really limits how you can organize and move around the colored swatches, which I didn't want. So I started off doing it this way, and when you do it this way, most people will write on the back of it with a Sharpie pen or a fine tip permanent marker what the polish is. So I did that at first, but I absolutely hated it because I did not have enough room. It's really difficult to write in this curved bowl. So I didn't like it. So I started off doing this, and I really only got these done, and then I quit because I realized it was not going to work for me. And I decided I wanted to do something different. Now, I have extra wheels left over. What I am going to do with the extra wheels, and what I actually started to do here, is to use them for nail art designs, okay? I put an orange polish and then I put a white polish and I stamped a white over it to see if it would show up on the white and on the orange. Basically, if you want to test stamping polishes, that's what I'm going to use the rest of these for, so that I don't have to test them on my nail and wipe them off and test them on my nail and wipe them off. I'm going to use the rest of my wheels for if I do a nail art design that I really like and I want to remember, I'm going to put it on one of the nails on one of the wheels. Or if I don't know if a certain color will stamp over another color, but I don't want to try it on my nails because I just painted them or something, I'm going to use these. So that's what I'm going to use the rest of these for. As far as swatches, doesn't work for me. Okay? Now, so another option is the sticks, which this is kind of like what I told you with the fake nail glued to the popsicle stick. It's the same idea, but they're just pre-made, okay? You can order these off of eBay. You can order them off of Amazon. There's tons of different places you can get them. They come in clear and they come in white. I opted for the clear ones because the white sticks are going to give you a white base, kind of like these, that you paint the polish over. We all know that certain sheer colors show up with a lot more pigment if you paint them over a white base. So you're not getting an actual real reading of what that color is. You're getting a reading of what that color is over a white base. And if you forget that it's a white base, you're going to paint it on your nail and wonder why it's not as pigmented. Well, it's because you didn't paint your nail white first, right? So I opted for the clear. Because that way I can truly see what the color looks like, and if it's really sheer, I'll know, okay, that's sheer, maybe I should do a white base on my nail instead of giving myself the illusion that it's an opaque color. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I opted for these. This is what I use. Now, another option that I have seen that I really do like is also very affordable. So if you don't want to mess with these things, this is a good option. You just get a big wholesale bag of nail tips, and most people use tip size number 1. It will tell you the size right here. I believe that that's the biggest. There might be a 0, but I don't remember. So people will take these, they'll get a 2-hole punch, and let me put this through here. They will hole punch it if I can. Okay, they'll hole punch the nail with just a 2-hole punch, and you can probably find a smaller 2-hole punch if you want. Mine's just, that's the only one I had. Anyway, I've seen where people will get the biggest nail they have. I don't have any larger ones than this, so this is just what I'm using for my example. Then they will get a ball chain. I'm sure that you have one of these lying around your house, and they will string it on the ball chain. And the cool thing about this, I actually thought about doing this, but I had already started on using these things, so it was too late at that point, but I really do like this system as well. So you put them on the ball chain, okay, and you can put, I mean, I don't even know how many nails, and there's a video on YouTube, I'll try to find it, I don't know if I can find it again, and a lady has like hundreds, thousands of nails on this ball chain, and the cool thing about that is you can take them off. All you got to do is, you know, slide this to where the opening is and pull that one off, and you don't have to pull the rest of them off. You can move the chain around and put 2 nails side by side to compare the colors. This is a really good way, and also you'll have them all on one thing where you can just take this. It will be filled with hole punch nails. You can take this and you'll have all of your swatches in one place. So this is actually probably the second best system. You would do what you did on the colored nail wheel. You would just write underneath here what the polish is. Okay, so I would say that this is the second best system. I actually thought about doing this, but like I said, I had already started with these. Okay. Basically, the reason I picked these is because I wanted the long stick where I could put as much information about the polish as I wanted. A lot of people like to know the brand, a lot of people like to know where they got it, or how many coats this is, or if it's good for stamping. The reason I like these is because you have this long area to provide all of that information for yourself, and that's just up to you. Do you want to know if it's good for stamping? You can write the name of the polish, good for stamping, or GFS or something, make an abbreviation, or not good for stamping, or chips, or doesn't chip, or you know, needs a white base, whatever. You can, it's kind of limitless what you can put here. Now, you can write that on there with a permanent marker. I chose not to do that as well because, like I said, I'm kind of picky, so I use a labeler. So, I've just uploaded my Birchbox video where I got this new Color Club polish, and so I've already swatched it on one of these sticks. And what I use is a labeler. This is the labeler I have. This is like a big bad labeler, but I'm a teacher, so I actually already had this to label things in my classroom. I believe this is like $20 at Walmart. You can get a smaller one, which I actually had before I got this one, but it broke. You can get a smaller one for I think like $15, I don't know. But it's by Dymo, and the other cool thing about this is not only can you put whatever information you want, there's so many color options, okay? Here's like a silver label, here's a blue label, here's a metallic pink label, here's a metallic blue label. So you can also do like Color Club in metallic blue and China Glaze in metallic pink. You can also switch the colors if you want. So just to make it more organized or more unique per brand, it just gives you a lot of options. So I didn't do that. I chose cleared. I like just the clear tape, and the tapes come like this. I think the tapes are like $6 at Walmart, something like that. They just come in a little thing like this, and they just pop in the back of this, and the labeler tells you how to do that. It's not that hard. So basically, you just turn it on, you type in what you want, and then you hit print. And after you hit print, it's going to spit out your label, as you can see, and then you're ready to put it on the swatch stick. I just like using these because I think it looks a lot cleaner and more organized. Okay, so after your label comes out, there's these little scissors, and you cut them. And so you have a label. Now, when I get a color from a box, I like to know what box I got it from in case it's really old or in case I need to go back and order it or whatever. I don't know. I just like to know. So for example, I put Color Club, I put Mod in Manhattan, which is the name of the polish, and I put Birchbox June 2013. If I get a julep polish, I will specify what month or what collection it's from. Okay. Now, once you do this, I don't at least want to just put this on here because the label is a little bit too big or too wide for the sticks. So I just kind of trim the ends real quick, and then I basically kind of just make it a little bit smaller. So I just take scissors, okay, and I just basically trim, not perfectly, but I just kind of trim what was just spit out of the labeler. Okay, so then of course you are just going to peel that off. You peel off the back like so. And then you're going to take this label, you're going to put it on the stick. And when you first start doing this, if you have a ton of polish, like I'm sure most of you probably do, if you're watching this video and interested in swatching, it does take a while when you first get started. I would just watch TV and do 3 or 4 a night, and then I got them done. Okay, so then you put it on there, and see, I have all of this length to put whatever I need to put. Okay, so that's all you use the labeler for. And then I have this, and I'm going to put it with the rest of my swatches, and my swatches are organized by color. I'll have to do a separate video showing you kind of how they're organized, but that's basically what I do for swatching. And you can see these come with this metal screw at the bottom, and you're basically supposed to put them on the straight screw. I just didn't like that, so because I wanted to hang mine up in my old apartment. So I actually went to Staples. You can get these at Walmart or Target, and just got a binder ring, and I like mine on rings. So this is an example of my oranges and yellows, and like I said, I'll have to do individual collections. But as you can see, it looks really organized. It looks really streamlined. I can take this and put it next to this and see what they look like. I can also just take them off of the ring really easily. With that clear tape, it looks very streamlined, very organized, and you can also just kind of see through if you need to look for a certain brand name. So this is just like my orange and yellow ring, just as an example. So I'll have to do a separate video just showing you how I organize my swatches. I'll probably go ahead and do that next. But I just wanted to show you the system that I use for swatching, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about it in the next video. So just remember, there's tons of options. Share with me what you like, what you do. You probably have some ideas that I don't know about that could even help me out if you want. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I think this is the best system because if I want to switch them and do Color Clubs on one ring and China Glaze on one ring and Sally Hansen on one ring, I can just take these off the ring and move the swatches to whatever ring I want, organize them in any way I want, and I don't have to redo them. A book and a nail wheel, you have to redo the swatches. So this is the best way that I found. So let me know if you agree or if you have any other ideas. And I will film my swatch video actually showing you my colors next, okay, and how I organize them. All right, so I will see you in the next video, so stay tuned and look at that one. Bye, ladies.